Hello friends, my name is Vanshita and you're watching my channel Tech Right Education. From today I am going to start lectures on CCNA. So first I will cover switching part, then after I will cover routing part. So before starting switching, we should know what are switches and about its types also. In this video, I will also discuss the lab setup which is required for CCNA, which will help you to do all the practicals based on CCNA. So guys, let's begin our session. I have also discussed about networking devices in my previous video. So see this video, this will help you to know about networking devices, and it is compulsory to know about devices because you will know that what is the use case of particular device. The links are present in description. Follow the links, see the networking devices video, and then come to this video. Now I think we should move forward to know about switches. So what are switches? It is a networking device that connect network segments or network devices. So what are network devices? You will see the networking devices video, then you will get better understanding about networking devices. Switch is a multi-port network bridge. So see the networking devices video, there you will get better understanding on bridges. But here I will give some idea about bridges, that what is bridge. Bridge has 2 ports or sometimes it has 3 ports. And switches are the improved version of bridges. Why we say switches that they are multi-port bridge? So the answer is this: the working of bridge and switch are almost same. Switches work on layer 2, that is data link layer of OSI model. If anybody don't know about OSI model, then they should see the video of OSI model. Links are present in description. Presently we have switches which work on layer 3 also, and layer 3 is network layer, and these switches are called layer 3 switches, or we can say multi-layer switches. Layer 3 switches or multi-layer switches work as switching as well as routing also. So what is switching and what is routing I will discuss in my future videos, but first I will cover the switching part, then after I will cover the routing part. Switches receives message from any device connected to it and then transmits the message only to that device for which the message was meant. What this line means? This line means switch doesn't support broadcasting. Switch sends data to that particular device for which the data was meant. Switch creates a forwarding table, and what this forwarding table contains? This forwarding table contains the MAC address of the devices which are connected to the switch and also the port number. Now the question arises that how this forwarding table created. So we will discuss about this in our future videos. Now understand with the help of example that how data is transferred from one place to another with the help of switches. Suppose system A wants to send some data to system B. Then what happens? The data goes to switch. Switch checks the destination MAC address of the data and then check the forwarding table. What it see? It see that this MAC address device connected to port 2 Now what it will do? It will simply send data to B device through port 2. Similarly, if system C wants to send data to E, then what happens? Data goes to switch. Switch checks the destination MAC address and it see that destination device is connected to port 5. It sends data to E with the help of port 5. Now what are the benefits of network switches? The first one is high speed data exchange. What does it mean? High speed data exchange means that when we transmit data from one place to another, then switch is the best device to transmit as it supports high speed data exchange. The next one is full duplex communication. Full duplex communication means that they are able to send data from source to destination as well as from destination to source at the same time. The third one is low latency. Low latency means that data goes to switch, then it comes out from switch through some ports and reach to destination. This process takes very less time, which is called low latency. Now what are the types of network switches, or we can say switching? The first one is store and forward, second one is cut through, third is fragment free, and the fourth one is adaptive switching. So let's begin with the first one, that is store and forward. Store and forward switches has one buffer and whatever frame come, it gets stored in that buffer. After this, error checking process takes place. If frame has any error, then it get dropped, and if frame has no error, then it get forwarded. This process is slow in comparison to other methods. Why slow? Because of error checking process. It has one advantage also, that is whatever data get transferred is reliable, or we can say is error free. Now the second one is cut through. In this, the switch reads only up to the frame's hardware address before starting forwarding it. That means here switch reads the information which is up to the frame's hardware address, and after this it start forwarding. There is no error checking in this method. This method is very fast, but we cannot give guarantee that frame will reach or not. Why we cannot give guarantee? Because there is no error checking method. Now the next one is fragment free. It is a combination of both methods, the first one and the second one. Fragment free checks the first 64 bytes of the frame where addressing information is stored. If error detected in first 64 bytes of the frame, then this frame will not get forwarded. In this way, frame will always reach its intended destination, because here we have error checking method. Now the next one is adaptive switching. In this method, switches automatically choose that method which is best among all three methods. But maximum switches uses store and forward method. Why? Because it uses error checking feature, and due to error checking feature, the frame which receives at destination is error free and reliable. In adaptive switching, switches can use any of the three methods which I have told before. They can choose store and forward method, they can choose cut through, they can choose fragment free, they can use any of the method among the three methods according to their use and according to they want to use. Now I will tell you that how will you set up a lab for CCNA practicals. So for this you have to create an account in Cisco. Then after you have to download an application, that is Cisco Packet Tracer. I have provided all the links in description that how will you create an account and how will you download the application. So first understand that how will you create an account. Now what you have to do, you have to go through this link, and this link is present in description with a name account creation link. What you have to do, you have to click on create an account. You will get the screen like this. What you have to do here, you have to just write your details here, that is email, your first name, your last name, your country or region, your company name. If you have your any company, then write the company name, otherwise no need, simply write no. You have to write your password, you have to confirm your password, and the option is here, would you like updates about Cisco promotions? If you want the updates, then click on yes, otherwise no. Then after, you have to click on register, and after clicking register, you will get the screen like this. What you have to do here, you have to check your email box. In your email box, you have received a 6-digit code, which is for the purpose of verification, and you have to check that email which you have entered in your previous screen. You have to write 6-digit code here which you received in your email box, and then click on verify. Once it get verified, then what happens, you will receive the email like this in your email box. What this email contains, welcome to Cisco, your account has been successfully created. This make you understand that your account is created. Now you can sign in from there. You can sign in from there also, but what I suggest, go to the application, click on it. When you open it, then what happens, this screen comes. Then what you have to do, you have to simply click on user login. When you click on user login, then the screen appears like this. You have to write your email here, which email which you have used for the purpose of creating account previously. Now click on next. When you click on next, the screen will appear like this. Here you have to write your password, then click on sign in. When you click on sign in, then the screen will appear like this. What it contains? It contains that in order to use Packet Tracer, you must complete your Networking Academy profile. So for completing your Networking Academy profile, what you have to do, you have to simply copy this location and paste in your browser, then click enter. When you click enter, then you will get the screen like this. Now what you have to do here, you have to simply click on login. You will get the screen like this. Here you have to click on back to application, then you will get the screen like this. Fill your all the details and just click on create account. When you click on create account, then you will get the screen like this. What it contains, your changes have been saved successfully. Then again, go to your application which you have downloaded. You will get the screen like this. You have to click on user login. Then after, you will get the screen like this. You have to write your email address which you have used for the purpose of creating account. Then after, write your password and then click on sign in. Once you click on sign in, you will successfully entered in your practical environment. Now you can do any practical related to CCNA here. You can create a real-time environment here. You will see everything, that how packet get transferred from one place to another, which protocols they are using, which conflict arises between transmitting the data, and everything. Now I want to tell you that after downloading the application from the link, what you have to do. Once you have downloaded your Cisco Packet Tracer application from the link which I have provided in description, what you have to do, you have to simply right click on this link, then extract all files. After this, you get the prompt like this. Click on extract. Now all files are get extracted. You have to click on setup, open it, then click on run. It will give you an agreement. You have to accept the agreement. Click on next. Then after click on next, here you have to click on next. If you want the desktop shortcut icon, then tick this and then click on next. Then what you have to click install. It will install for you in some minutes. Now here you have to click OK. Then if you want to launch right now, then tick this and finish. It will launch your application. Your application is successfully launched. Remember one thing, that if you want to log into your Cisco Packet Tracer, then it is compulsory that you are connected with your internet. So here I am connected with my internet. I will simply open it. Then it will ask me to sign in. And what I will do here, I will simply write the email address, then the same process as I told before. I will simply write the email address and the password, and then I will get the screen of Cisco Packet Tracer. And there we can do every practical related to CCNA. If anybody not have laptop, then they can download the application in their mobile from Play Store, that is Cisco Packet Tracer Mobile. You can also do all the practicals in your mobile phone with the help of the application Cisco Packet Tracer Mobile, and this particular application you will get in the Play Store. So guys, if you like my video, then press like button, share to your friends. If you have not subscribed to my channel, then go and subscribe to my channel. If you have any queries, then ask with the help of comment box. You can also ask with the help of my Telegram group, that is Tech Queries. Links are present in description, and also can join my Telegram channel, that is Tech Right Education, for getting new updates related to videos, notes and questions. Thank you guys.